The other thing is that basketball has become kind of a hard game to get into from a kid standpoint. And what do I mean by that? So, when I was growing up, my public school is very small. Not everyone has the luxury of having a small public school. There was like 500 kids in my middle school, and there was maybe 500 kids in my high school. And so we all knew each other. Not only that, but my class in particular was so small. It was like 60 kids, my graduating class. So if you wanted to play basketball, you just had to be not terrible. Like, and even some of the kids on my basketball team were just terrible. Um, but not all. We were all athletes in some respects. But we definitely had one or two kids that you were like, meh, you probably shouldn't be on the team. But we needed the numbers. Well, I don't think that's the case anymore. And and because high school basketball has become so commoditized as like a means to an end to get to a college thing, that people are playing basketball now like it's like they're already doing a professional sport. And so they're taking training classes, they're doing after school workouts, they're doing, you know, off-season workouts. They're doing training with specialists who can fix their shot. They're doing training with specialists who can fix their jumping, their speed, all these things. And back in the day, it really wasn't like that. Back in the day, it was like, hey, do you want to pick up a game? Yeah, let's go pick up a game. Okay, cool. And then you just go play. And I think a lot of that's lost right now. Which is kind of sad. It's kind of sad. I think that's one of the things I miss the most is that anyone could play. And now it's like just some people play that game. And you just have to be really good. And you can't push me and you can't touch me and you can't all this other stuff. It's like, I don't want to play a pickup game with a guy who thinks this is going to be his career. I want to play a pickup game with a kid who just wants to play. Like, I just want to play 21 points. You know what I mean? Like, let's play 21. Let's see who wins. Um, so in that respect, it used to be a little bit more like golf, where it was easily accessible to people who are not very good at it. Whereas now it's just not that way. It's not an easily accessible game anymore. And the other thing that makes it difficult is you have to be able to shoot from 20 feet out, 25 feet out. I never had range like that. Like I can shoot 15, 20% from 20 feet out if like all the moons align and gravity helps me. But like um on a normal day, I'm not shooting threes. I'm gonna pull up at the elbow and try to cash my 15 footers. You know what I mean? Like nowadays, like when I play against kids who are like playing in high school, it's crazy. Their range is crazy and they're so comfortable shooting from 3-point land. And it's one of those things where I'm like, I almost think the NBA should get rid of the 3-point line. Um, and why do I say that? They operated without a 3-point line for years. When did the 3-point line come about? I want to say it was halfway through Wilt Chamberlain's career. Let's see. The NBA did not introduce 3-point line until the 79-80 season. Therefore, there was no 3-point line in the NBA the 78-79 season and all previous seasons. That means there was no 3-point line in the NBA for 46 years before the 79-78 seasons. Let me double check that because that is crazy. History of the 3-point line. Chris Ford made the first 3-point basket in NBA history. Okay, so guys, this is crazy. 1979? 1979, guys. Think about how much different the game of basketball would be if there was no 3-point line. Like, you'd have to go back to a big, heavy basketball team. You'd have to go back to like a really physical style of basketball. I mean, I guess you wouldn't have to, but also all these guys. Think about this. What was Wilt Chamberlain's career? And what was Pistol Pete? Like, I don't think you guys know how good Pete Maravich was. Yeah. His last year was the only year that he played with a 3-point line. Okay, 70 to 80. 59 to 73. Wilt Chamberlain never played with a 3-point line. He played 14 years in the NBA. And he holds the record for the largest points in a single game. I think it was 101. Okay, so imagine scoring 101 points. There's no 3-point line. Wilt Chamberlain once had 53 points and 35 rebounds in a playoff game. That's crazy. Yeah, this is crazy. I don't think you guys understand Wilt Chamberlain at all. This is crazy. The only NBA player to score 4,000 points in a season. He set the NBA singles record for most points in a game with 100. The most consecutive field goals, 18, and the most rebounds, 55. Perhaps the most mind-boggling stat was the 50.4 points per game he averaged during 1961 to 1962 season. This is 20 years before the three-point line. And if not that, perhaps the 48.5 minutes per game he averaged that same year. That's crazy. He is the all-time leader in career points, 31,419, or was at the time, which was later surpassed by Kareem, Karl Malone, LeBron, Kobe Bryant, and Michael Jordan, and Dirk Nowitzki. He tops in rebounds with 23,924. He led the NBA in scoring 7 years in a row. He was the league's top rebounder 11 of his 14 seasons. And as if to prove that he was not a selfish player, he had the NBA's highest assist total in 1967 and 1968. His scoring records are crazy. Most games with 50-plus points, 118. Most consecutive games with 40-plus points, 14 games in a row. Most consecutive games with 30-plus points, 65 games in a row. Most consecutive games with 20-plus points, 126. That's like an entire season. That's more than an entire season. Highest rookie scoring average, 37.6 points per game. Highest field goal percentage in a season, 727. 727, 72% from the field. That's out of every 4 shots, he hit 3. Probably because they were dunks. Yeah. Many of the second place of these are far behind. So Wilt Chamberlain was crazy. Yeah. Yeah. 7'1", 300 pounds. And yeah. Not only that, he was an Olympic class high jumper. He was a crazy athlete. Yeah. He passed time by playing for the Harlem Globetrotters, for a salary of about $50,000 in 1958-59. Crazy. It's crazy. Yep, he won the Big 8 track and field championship, clearing the bar at 6'6".